Well, the
Yep.
main topic I wanted to talk about, and this ties into actually something you brought up before we started recording, is that I have never thought I'd see a time in our society when so many people were just afraid. And not just afraid of the dark, not just afraid of heights, not just afraid of traveling long distances, but just afraid to do anything.
Hmm.
And it's remarkable to me. And somebody, I don't remember where I read this quote, that since COVID, we have changed our psychology so greatly that people are more afraid to live than they are of anything else. They're more afraid to go out, in public, in society, because they're so afraid of every little thing. If someone I cannot tell you how many times I've walked into a grocery store or some sort of public place and I started having a coughing fit. Either I drank too quickly or something, and people looked at me like I was carrying the Black Plague. Like it's the
Yeah, it's normal
fear
day,
mongering is
norm,
insane.
normal day things um, that before people would never have even thought twice about doing. Now is this big ordeal, and yeah, I mean, it's. Do you think it's from people that like primarily maybe I'm trying to think of how to say, like okay, so you have people who are naturally afraid, but then you also have people who are pretty much like, oh, okay, I'll do whatever I want. Doesn't matter what people say to me. But then there's like a middle. I mean, it kind of seems like this has gone. It's kind of grabbed all groups, like all three. It doesn't. You could be afraid. You could be one of the most carefree people in the world, but it's grabbed everybody, which is the crazy part because a lot of times you could see people that and their personality would they would never be this afraid to do anything, to go out to the store, to shake somebody's hand, to talk to somebody inside, even bring them into their house. I mean, it's pretty crazy how every single person and majority of groups are falling under this fear tactic.
And truthfully, I blame all of the media because not only did the media make COVID the biggest and most frightening thing of all time, but they put out every individual story they possibly could to scare you on a personal level. I can't tell you how many articles I saw about like a 45-year-old, 50-year-old guy who had like four or five kids, or I don't even know how many, but they're like, and now look, he's gone and his wife is left to carry on the family and all of
Mm-hmm.
these horrific scenarios so they could pinpoint each individual person's worst fear. Um, Me personally, it got me at the beginning. And after a while, I
Sure.
realized every single day of this, one, isn't healthy for you. And two, it can't all be real. And you have to go back to the truth of it because when you read every single day, oh, 100,000 people died and like 400,000 people tested positive for this virus, it'll get to you. So you either have to turn off the news or you have to realize what's really going on.